はい、こんにちは。今日はですね、中級者から、中上級者とか、だから中級者の方にやってほしいことを何個か求めたので、それを発表していきたいと思います。なるべく、自分が使う単語っていうのを具体的にしたくて、例えば中級者とかだったら、何個か定義を作ってきました。はい。単語文法に関して間違いはあれど、頭に知識として多少定着しており、少し会話に関しては少しだけできる。日常英会話、日常ですらないですね。もう本当に簡単なセルフイントロダクションとかだったら多少できるっていう状態を僕は中級者だと自分で思ってます。セファールの指標で言うと B1 から B2 です。一応 B1 は中級で日常生活でよく出る内容を理解できる。で簡単な会話など説明ができる。で、TOEIC とか英語のテストの点数で表すと、TOEIC が550点から780点ですね。で、TOEFL が42点から71点。TOEFL に関してはちょっと受けたことないので、あんまり内容的には分かんないんですけど、IELTS が多分これはスピーキングだけですね。で、IELTS が 4.0 から 5.0。一応 IELTS は 7.0 を持ってるんですけど、スピーキングで。僕の意見でもそうですね、なんか 4.0 から 5.0 取れたらなんか中級者なの、スピーキングで取れたら中級者なの。わかんねえや。IELTS に関しては 4.5 から 5.0 かなって思います。ちょっと始める前に一つだけ言っときたいことがあって、僕自身も全然英語が上級者ってわけではないですし、今もまだまだ、練習中です。英会話とかいろんなことを、言語学とかいろいろ勉強してます。で、ただの英語学習者一人の意見として捉えてもらって、何か、これは自分の英語学習法に取り入れても良さそうだなっていうところがあれば、吸収してもらえればすごい嬉しいと思っております。For me, speaking is basically about shrinking the gap between what you can say in English and what you can say in English. Inside brain, there are two parts, and one of them is what you can express in English and what you can't express in English. And the more you reduce this part of what you can express in English, the more closer you get to speaking English that you actually want to speak, right? But the real problem is this though, for the most part, we don't even realize that what we can say, right? There's a lot of ways to deal with that, but the most effective one is thinking in English as much as possible. This is the best. It's totally fine to think in Japanese too, but when you do that, please ask yourself, can I actually say this in English? Whenever I couldn't, I would just put them down on my line. I'll put some piece right here, and then later at home, I just check how to say using ChatGPT and add it to my kind of Notion vocabulary list, right? Just read them out loud to the point where you can use them naturally, at least 30 times. I know it's boring. It actually is. It's sort of hard to tell, but how far you willing to push this kind of process is what really makes a difference. Alright. Number 2, how to memorize phrases. Well, I have a little question for you guys. How to memorize phrases? It really depends on the person, right? And there's no single right way to do that. But if you want to take your English just one level higher, there's a little thing that I want you to pay attention to. Not just memorizing phrases, but trying to focus on stressed syllable and how where pitch goes. This is gonna be about linguistics, so I think it's too much, but I want to talk about this. Japanese, right? Japanese is maritime languages. It's kind of hard to tell, but every single word has almost same length. So for example, 食べます, it's kind of flat. 食べます, right? This is maritime languages, like same length. 食べます, right? When it comes to English is called stress time languages. It's not like flat, but it has rhythm and a pitch and all that stuff. So for example, for the most part, when I read this in Japanese way, for the most part, it's like flat. It doesn't have any rhythm in it. There's no fucking pitch right here. But English does has them. この単語の場合は、例えば、for the most part, like this. Most is most important words for this. We gotta hit this harder compared to other syllable. If the letter doesn't have any stress, we don't read it that much. It's called shua sound. So tiny little sound. So not like for the, but it's gonna be shua sound. We gotta hit the most a lot. So for the most, alright? For the most. Part is not technically short sound, but it's a little weaker compared to most. So for the, not like for the most, and the pitch is going down like this for the most part, not like for the most part. It's gonna be flat right here, but for the most part, right? For the most part. So please be super aware of this. Pitch, rhythm, and stress. The last but not least, low pressure output. I'm pretty sure nobody have heard of this. This is why I made up. Low pressure output. Do you guys have any situation like this? Oh, I have pretty much grammar and I have like a lot of vocabulary, but when the chat starts, my brain went blank because you don't get used to conversational pressure. When you're talking with someone, especially for native speaker, you feel kind of rushed. And you feel like I had to come up with a good phrase and all this stuff. Low pressure output means output without like conversational pressure. Just pretty much it. I have 3 of them. First one is talking to yourself in English. This what I do a lot. Second one is keeping an English journal and reading out loud. This is what I'm doing right now. What matters is just using the word or phrases that you learned yesterday or something like that. For example, when you're writing English diary, you're gonna write about what you had or like what you did yesterday. When you do that, please use the word that you learn but you can't use in a real conversation and just read them out loud. I know it sounds really simple, but it really helps your English come out of your mouth. I bet. まあこれを使えば絶対上級者に上がれるってわけじゃないんですけど、If you are in it, you have to do them. 最後に一つだけ言いたいことがありまして、最近まあ冒頭にも言ったんですけど、There's a lot of advertisements saying things like 何ヶ月でペラペラとか、騙されてほしいっす、そういうのに。はい、多分ないので、本当にもしもあったとしたら、その言語学とか言語習得協会、習得論とかの業界に対してすごいイノベーションを起こしてるはずですので、何か一つの方法にスティックしてください。それが一番の近道だと思います。はい、言語学とかに関してのビデオとか、あと語彙とかいろいろ今考えてます。なのでもしも僕の勉強方法とかがいいなって少しでも思ってくれたら見ていただけるとすごい嬉しいです。はい、ということで I hope you guys doing well with your English learning journey. それ最後何か考えたかったのでちょっと totally fucked up. Well, okay, see you in the next video. Peace out.